Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to the Smart English Podcast. I'm Mia.
And I'm Alex. We're so happy you're here with us today, listening and learning.
Today, Alex, we are going to talk about something that everyone experiences, and it can sometimes feel a little bit scary, but it's actually super helpful. We're talking about learning from our mistakes. Yes, mistakes.
Oh, Mia, you hit the nail on the head there. Nobody truly wants to make a mistake, right? It can feel a bit bad or maybe even a little embarrassing sometimes when we do. But you know what? Mistakes are actually like the best teachers we can have. They really help us to grow and become better versions of ourselves.
That's such a great way to put it, Alex. A best teacher. It's like a secret superpower hidden in something we often try to avoid. Can you remember a specific time, Alex, when you made a mistake and it taught you something really important and lasting?
Oh, absolutely. I have a perfect example from my early cooking days. I remember once I was trying to make a special chocolate cake for my friend's birthday party. I was very excited to surprise them. I found a new recipe and I started to follow it. But I was a little bit in a hurry and I didn't read all the steps very carefully. Can you guess what happened, Mia?
I'm curious. Did you burn it? Or maybe forget an important ingredient that made it taste strange?
Even worse, Mia. I accidentally put in salt instead of sugar. I used a lot of salt thinking it was sugar because it looked similar in the container. The cake actually looked beautiful from the outside when it was finished and cooled down, but when we all tasted it at the party, oh my goodness, it was so incredibly salty, it was totally impossible to eat. Everyone had a good laugh, which was nice, but I felt really bad and disappointed in that moment.
Oh no, a salty birthday cake. That must have been a very memorable party for sure. So what did you learn from that very salty and surprising experience, Alex?
Well, from that day on, I always read recipes from beginning to end very slowly and very carefully. And I always check the ingredients twice before I add them to the bowl. Now, because of that one big mistake, I am a much better and more careful cook. It was a tough lesson to learn, but it was a very useful one that stuck with me.
That's a fantastic story, Alex. It really shows how a mistake can turn into a valuable lesson that improves your skills. It's not just about cooking, is it? We make mistakes in so many parts of our lives, like at school, at work, or even when we're learning a new language like English.
Exactly, Mia. And that's perfectly normal and expected. Sometimes we use the wrong word, or we say something in a way that doesn't sound quite natural to a native speaker. And it's totally okay. It's a very natural part of the learning journey. No one learns any language perfectly without making any errors along the way.
I totally agree with you there. I remember when I was first learning another language, I was so incredibly shy to speak. I was terribly afraid of making mistakes, you know? I would try to plan every single sentence perfectly in my head before I said it aloud. And sometimes I would just stay completely silent because I was too scared to say the wrong thing and look silly or unintelligent.
Oh, that's such a common feeling, Mia. Many of our listeners learning English probably feel the exact same way sometimes. What helped you to overcome that fear? What changed for you in that moment?
Well, one day I was talking to a friend who was a native speaker of that language, and she spoke it absolutely perfectly. I made a really big grammar mistake in front of her, and I immediately felt my face get hot and red. I felt so embarrassed at that moment. But my friend just smiled kindly and gently helped me correct it. She said, "It's totally okay, Mia. I completely understand what you mean. The most important thing is to keep speaking. That's how you truly learn and improve your fluency." That moment really helped me change my perspective. I realized that most people don't judge you for your mistakes. They actually want to help you communicate and succeed in learning.
Wow, Mia, that's a powerful and wonderful insight. It's so true that often our own fear of making a mistake is much bigger than the actual mistake itself. And when we are brave enough to push past that fear and just speak, that's truly where the real and deep learning happens. It's all about having a positive and open attitude towards mistakes, isn't isn't it? Seeing them as learning chances.
Absolutely. Instead of thinking, oh no, I failed completely, we can try to change our mindset and think, okay, what can I figure out from this situation? How can I do even better next time based on what I just learned? It's a completely different and much more helpful way to look at challenges and errors in life.
Right. Think about it like this, listeners. When you're trying to solve a complicated puzzle and one piece doesn't fit, you don't just give up on the whole puzzle, do you? No, you try another piece or you try to turn the piece a different way. Each wrong try actually helps you understand the puzzle better and gets you closer to finding the correct solution. Mistakes are just like those important puzzle pieces.
That's a perfect analogy, Alex. So what important advice would you give to all our wonderful listeners, especially those who are learning English, about dealing with mistakes in their language journey?
My biggest and most important advice is this. Don't be afraid to mess up. Seriously. The more you speak, the more you try new words and phrases, the more you will learn and progress. If you say a word incorrectly or if you use the wrong verb tense, someone will probably gently help you understand. Or you'll notice it yourself later and remember it for next time. Remember, every single mistake is actually a step forward in your learning, not a step back. So be brave and keep speaking.
That's absolutely fantastic advice, Alex. Just keep trying, everyone. And to help you all on your amazing English learning journey, we have a few new useful words and phrases related to our topic today. Our first one is mess up.
Yes, mess up is a very common phrase, and it simply means to make a mistake, often a small or careless one. For example, I really messed up the cake by adding salt instead of sugar. Or, in English learning, don't worry if you mess up a word. Just try again and keep practicing.
Great examples. Our second helpful phrase is figure out. This means to understand or solve something, often after some thought, observation, or effort. For example, I need to figure out how to use this new mobile app on my phone. It's a bit tricky. Or, after I made that grammar mistake, I tried to figure out what went wrong so I could correct it for next time.
And the third one we have for you is learn a lesson. This means to gain important knowledge or understanding from an experience, especially one that was difficult or a mistake. Like my cake story, I definitely learned a lesson about reading recipes carefully after the salty cake incident. Or, she learned a valuable lesson about being on time for important meetings after she was late once.
And our last useful phrase for today is grow from it. This means to develop, improve, or become stronger and wiser because of an experience, especially a challenging or difficult one. For example, even though it was a really tough situation, I feel like I really grew from it and became a stronger person because of it. Or, mistakes help us to grow from it and become even better at what we do every day. So, to quickly recap everything we discussed today, everyone, please don't be afraid of making mistakes. They are truly your best teachers in life and in language learning. They help you figure out new things, learn a lesson that stays with you, and ultimately grow from it to become more confident and capable. Just keep speaking English, keep trying, and don't worry at all if you mess up sometimes.
Exactly. Embrace those mistakes as opportunities to improve. And thank you all so very much for joining us today on the Smart English Podcast. We really hope you enjoyed our friendly chat and learned something new and helpful for your English journey.
If you liked this episode and found it helpful, please remember to hit that like button, leave us a comment below with a mistake you learned from. We'd love to hear your stories. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our future episodes. Your support helps us a lot.
We love hearing from you. See you all next time on Smart English Podcast.
Bye for now, everyone.